Hi everybody, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you guys doing? Well, thanks to popular demand of the my deep cranking video and my square bill video, guys were asking about any finesse cranking that I do, and I threw together some baits that I would kind of classify more as finesse, even though it was kind of an overlap with square bill fishing. And I don't quite think I pulled out as many as the square bills or the deep divers, but I do have a few here that I would kind of classify in that finesse cranking category. Now, as far as setups go, a lot of these that I'll show you, I can throw on casting, just like I showed you in the other videos. I like those glass rods. I didn't even put them away at these, you know, like the Atomic from Enigma, the glass rod, the Ricky Clun ones, the old ones, the discontinued old Clun rods. You know, but I would probably say I would probably use this one the most if I'm using a casting setup. There are some of these I'll show you that I do prefer on spinning, and any 7-foot medium rod, like kind of like a 7-foot 7-3 medium action spinning rod, 8-pound, 6 to 8 pound test, kind of the same setup I'd use for jerkbait fishing. There's a couple of these that I do prefer on that, and I'll show them to you when I get them. But a lot of these, I can just throw on regular casting. I don't go much higher than, I shouldn't say I don't go higher than 10-pound test when I'm throwing these baits. But let me just show you a few. I pulled some out that I have in front of me here, and I have some in the box. Probably the first, really what I would say was a finesse crankbait that I threw was the old, and I'm pretty sure they still make them, is the Man's Baby -1, which is, it just catches fish. I'll pull a few of these out. It's just a great bait for covering flats, shallow water, if you're fishing just a shallow lake. There's some of the lakes around me here where, you know, if you find, you know, deeper than 15 feet, you know, that's about it. I could fish this around the whole lake. And these are just, this is just a great, and as you can see, I got quite a few of them here. And I really haven't thrown the Man's, the Baby -1 much lately, because there's just other ones I've thrown more, but some of them, I haven't looked these up in a while. Some of them have like a square bill to them. I forget what the difference is. You can see these kind of have a square bill. So these would be better around, you know, wood and things like that, if you're going to throw the -1. Just fishing at my mom, when my mom used to live around Great Sagandaga over in New York, I would throw, you know, some of the flats there. I would just throw these with that type of bill. I'll show you the difference. Let me put the box down here. So I know they come in these two different bill styles. I'm assuming they still do. I have not like bought any new ones. This is more of the square billed style for that Man's. Here is that kind of just that rounded. I've kind of throw this one more. And just on Sagandaga around flats, this is a killer for smallies. This is a killer bait for smallies. And I think I might have pulled a few more of them out here. Like here's one that has more of that square bill to it. You can see it. These are all Man's. I think that's it for the, oh, this might be a, here, this is a Man's here, and this has got that small bill to it. But just a great, great shallow water finesse crankbait. Catches fish. Anywhere I've ever thrown these, they always produce. And I throw them on just on casting gear. You know, 10-pound line, you're good to go. Just looking around the table here, let me just kind of, I'll just kind of go left to right on some of the ones I pulled out. Here are another finesse. Now, even though this is a deeper diver, one of the more famous finesse type crankbaits, if you want to call it finesse, I kind of do. Now this is a custom paint job from Pete from Stoneman & Son Lures, and that's just a wiggle wart body. So the wiggle wart, I mean, the old school wiggle wart guys love. People pay a lot of money for the old G ones. Me, I have no problem with, you know, guys who do custom painting on wiggle wart bodies, like Pete makes a good one here. That's just a couple of his that he's painted for me over the years. I'll show you a few that Pete has painted. I love that one there. This perch one is great. And these are the newer version of the wiggle wort, but I still catch fish on them. This is just a few of the new ones that I have. The old wiggle wort. Can't go wrong. Store makes those. You can still get them. And I got no problem with the new ones. I got no problem with them. Great color of that fire tiger. Whoa. I'm not getting that one. I dropped on the floor. I don't want to move my foot and step on a bait. Oh, hold on. It's right here. Didn't get stuck in the carpet too bad. Let it mess up that hook. There you go. So the wiggle wort from Storm is a really good finesse type crankbait that will dive. Obviously, this will dive with that bill, will dive a lot deeper. I think these are kind of that, I don't know, 6 to 9 range maybe. You could throw this on casting gear. If you prefer spinning, it's fine. Let's see, what else did I pull out? The Spro, the rock roller. These are the 55s. I would consider that a little more finessey, even though they do dive deeper. But if you've got rock, this is a great bait. Throw these around. And this is kind of on that same line as the wiggle wort. There's a few of the rock rollers I pulled out from Spro. A bait I really like. Pulled a few of those out for you guys to see. And I throw these on casting gear. Let's see what else I got. Oh, here's one of those Mans with just a bigger body. So this is even more like this will be more even kind of a wake bait in a way, but not really. It'll dive a little. I just forgot to show you that one before. That's just the same idea of the -1. It's just a bigger body one. So I actually have to look up the Mans and see what they still offer as far as these go. Even for all I know, they don't make this anymore. I'd have to look it up. Let's see. I guess a bait that I would kind of consider more finessey, and that is the Mega Bass Flat Slap, which probably is the bait, the shallow water type crankbait type finesse bait that I have thrown the most the last few years. I love the Flat Slap. I just think it's a great bait for covering flats. You've got like 5 feet deep, 4 feet deep. You get 3, you can kind of get it through. That 4 or 5 foot range, if you got a big flat in that 4 or 5 range to 10, and you throw this around, this is just a killer. I just love the Flat Slap. Caught so many fish on it the last few years. It's kind of my go-to. If I know I'm coming up to an area and I'm going to fish some flats, I will put these on. And this is just a few of the colors. They're, you know, I don't have to tell you guys about the great colors that Mega Bass makes. That crawfish one is awesome. Probably the ones I throw the most are these ones I'll show you. This perch type color, gill type color. I forget which ones they actually call. I don't know if it's the gill or the perch or what that is. I think this is the, maybe sun gill, I forget. Some kind of gill. But these 3, I think that's the perch one. That one probably has the most hook rash on it. Yeah, that's usually the first one I throw on, is this guy right here. But the Flat Slap, to me, and I'll throw this right on that Enigma glass rod. You can cast it far. Great bait. I just love it. And obviously, you know, you're going to spend a little more on the Flat Slap than you are on the baby -1, a rock crawler, you know, a wiggle wort. But they're definitely worth it. They're great. They're great. All right, I showed you those. I just pulled some of these old Bomber Fat A's out. Just a finesse crankbait that I can't remember when I've got these. These are old. I'm not sure what Bomber still comes, you know, produces as far as these go. This is one of the old Bill Dance series ones. For you old school guys, you probably remember these. You may even have some. But these were great. Caught a lot of fish with these back in the day. You know, and it won't dive too deep. You could throw it on spinning, you could throw it on casting. Cast fairly well. I don't know if I have any more of those. I think that's the only 2 of the Fat A. Oh, I did pull out a few of these. You guys might remember, you old school guys, the old Larry Nixon Bomber Haze when these came out. I think that chartreuse one was great. These These hooks look fairly new. I must have upgraded the hooks fairly recently. But these old Bomber, this is the Fat A. This is just the Bomber A model. You can see the difference in the body style. If they still make them, you'd have to see what Bomber is still making. But I love this crayfish one. This is also Larry Nixon signature series from back in the day. I mean, this might be a 20-year-old bait for all I can remember. But they're excellent baits. This is just a Strike King, little mini square bell type bait. Great for covering flats. The Strike Kings don't have what they are on them. It's just a finesse crankbait from Strike King. Another one here, different color. And, you know, and I always kind of gauge what I'm going to throw it on depending on the weight of the bait. Some of these are fine that I've thrown with casting equipment. I'll show you some here, and this is just another Strike King. If you've got a really light bait, like this is a bait that I really like and did well with when I first got them. If I was going to fish flats, this is a good one to have. This is that 6 cents finesse square bill, and I tried to throw this on casting, and to me it was too light. I switched to spinning and did much better. So this is a bait that I do prefer on spinning, and it has those great 6 cents colors, great for covering shallow flat areas, great hooks, and you know, it's just a beautiful looking bait. So if you guys like finesse square bill fishing, check out that finesse square bill from 6 cents. It's really great. Just pulled a few out for you to look at. I mean, those colors are outstanding. Those perch colors and bluegill colors. You know, I don't remember the exact names of it. And that chartreuse with the black back is great. When I can remember when I was living in Jersey still, and I got these and took them out the first time and just caught a ton on them. But this, I definitely liked it better on a spinning rod. Definitely liked it better. I could work it better around the cover. I showed you those. The last one I pulled out, this is the Curve 55 from 6 cents. And obviously, awesome looking paint job there. That black with that little blue on the head. But this is a nice finesse, and I could throw these on casting equipment. This is a nice finesse crankbait. And this is kind of on the same line as that rock crawler, that wiggle wart. It's that same idea. Working riprap, working shallow rock, you know, rocking that 6 to 7, 8 foot range. Get this down there, bang it along the rocks. If fish are on rock, if they're on smaller bait, these are great. That Curve 55 is awesome. Yeah, I don't have the name on there. I hope I'm giving you the right name of the bait. But here's just a few colors. I didn't take them all out of the box. That's pretty awesome right there. That crawl one, a little blue on the back. That one's a cool one right there. But that is kind of the different ones I took out. Oh, one more I didn't show you. Another one that's another bait that's kind of along that line of the rock crawler, you know, the wiggle wart. This is the Clawed Hopper from Provoke Outdoors. You might have seen, if you see Timmy Horton Outdoors, you know, that's his company. And the Azuma line, the Clawed Hopper, is a nice bait. I've done very well with these, and I was actually looking at the site the other day and was thinking of getting a few more. So I definitely will before the season starts, because I have some colors I'd like to try out. But I just pulled a few out that I had. So this is the Profound Outdoors, the Clawed Hopper. And really cool colors. I only have a couple here. Love that one there. I believe that's Aztec. I don't know if it's Aztec Crawl or just Aztec, but if you look on the Profound Outdoors website, you'll see it. Or if they, you know, sell Profound Outdoors in your stores, but you can see how that bill is. Very similar to that Spro. Similar somewhat to that wiggle wart. So it's that same idea. You're fishing shallow, not ultra shallow, but that 5 to 10 foot range with a crankbait, especially a lot of rock. I wouldn't, you know, necessarily think it was great around timber, but more around rock. You want it deflecting off things. I mean, you can see this being, you know, deflecting off rocks and stuff, really producing some fish. That's a pretty cool one there from Profound Outdoors, that quad hopper. Really cool looking baits. So I think that's all the ones that I took out. I don't know if there's anything else in the boxes here, but you guys can see I've got lots of wiggle warts here in the box. Just some more Spros, a few different Spro colors. It's a custom painted one that TK did for me. Really cool paint job there. I don't know what this guy is here. I'm not sure what that one is, but it's stuck anyway. Let's see if there's anything else you guys might like to see before I... Just more mans there. Some more of the, you guys, they're stuck together. There's the, that's that Larry Nixon Model A, both a little bigger size. Here's a, I guess I probably should have taken it. You want to talk about a really finessey one. There's that Larry Nixon, that Bomber Model A, the tiny one. That crayfish color I really like. Just another one of the mans with the square bill to it. A few more of the Curve series from 6 Cents. Just some great colors. It's such a nice looking bait. If you got shallow rock, you wanna finesse fish, throw something a little smaller through, not a big huge crankbait. These are a great option. Finesse them up a little. If the bait's a little smaller, it's a good way to go. And this is something you can switch to if you're fishing those big, big baits and they're not working. You can switch to these. I think that might be it. Let me just see if there's any. This is my live target box. I don't know if there was anything. I kind of showed you all these the other day when I showed you the square bills. That's the Profound Outdoors box. So I think that might be it. And we only did this in 17 minutes. So that's pretty good. So we did it in 17 minutes. So just to kind of wrap everything up for you guys, I use the same gear as my casting. I use my casting gear most of the time with most of these baits. They're heavy enough you can throw. And if you just buy, just kind of base it on the size of the bait. If you buy something that's very light, go with spinning, 8-pound, 6-pound line. But I have full faith in throwing a flat slap on my casting gear. I have no problem throwing this rock crawler on casting gear. The wiggle warts. That's 6 Cents bait, that Curve 55 casting. But if you're gonna go with these light, like these square bills or something else that's lighter, try spinning. Try spinning. Even the man's bait. That baby -1. And if you're probably gonna, just looking at, what things cost, the man's baby -1. I'm assuming they still make these. I just haven't looked. I'll have to check on if there's a link on Tackle Warehouse or Land Big Fish. I'll put it in there, and if they're still available, I would imagine this would be the most economical way to go. So if you're new to fishing and you want to try a shallow water crankbait, I'm sure you could, for the price of probably one of these flat slaps, you could probably get 3 of these. So, and I don't know, they may even have these in Walmart or Dick's or places like that. I don't know. Like I said, as you can see, I've got quite a few of them, so I have not bought any new baby -1s in a while. But if you just, let's say you have a shallow pond and you want to, looking for a small finesse crankbait to throw, try the man's baby -1. It's a great way to go. But, on your casting setup, 10-pound line, don't go any heavier. If you're going to use spinning, you can get away with 6 or 8 on these. As I said, I like to throw a jerkbait on spinning. So usually I'll take my jerkbait rod, cut my jerkbait off, and I'll put one of these on if I want to throw it. Because, a lot of times in the same situation, you can throw those. And then just, you know, try some baits you like. I still think that the Wiggle Wart, the new ones, are fine. I think it's a good bait if you want to spend, you know, these are probably more economical. The Wiggle Warts, 6 cents, I wouldn't say are overly expensive. And I've seen a lot of these on sale, so you can get them, you know, for a few bucks if you look on the 6 cent site. I don't know what Bomber is still producing as far as small crankbaits go. Like I said, if I see a link, I'll put some on. That Man's Baby -1 definitely will be a cheap way to go. If you're looking for custom painted baits, I always tell you guys this, check out Pete, Stoneman & Son Lures. If you want Wiggle Warts, he could probably get any of these probably body styles. You just have to ask them. And he can custom paint it to the specs that you want. So if you have a special color that you like for your home lake, just ask him. These are just a few that he's done for me over the years. So if you're looking to go the custom route, that's a great way to go. And if you don't mind spending a few more bucks, I love the Flat Slap. I've said this in many videos. It's a great bait. I have a lot of confidence in it. And, you know, all these, I mean, I would throw these anytime. You know, this seems to have been my go-to in recent years, just because I've caught so many fish on it. You know, when you get confidence in a bait, it casts well. The fish love it. I just hope when I go to Champlain in May that the northern pike don't steal it this year. I didn't lose any last year, but actually the shallow crankbait bite for us was not on like it was a few years ago when it was really good. Last year, water was still, I think, too cold. It hadn't quite moved up as much. Caught a few, but nothing like it was that one year. But that's it, guys. So if there's any questions on any of these specific baits you have, I could do a video just on that bait. Just ask. But I'll put links to the ones that are still available that I can find. I'll put links in the description. You can check them out yourself if you want to grab some. And that's it. And any questions, let me know. Let me know. But it's a great way to cover water. Great way to cover, you know, even though this is more of a deep diver, if you want to fish that little deeper rock, these are great baits, these rock crawlers. This, I would say, more for shallow flats. A rock crawler, more for deeper rock. A Curve 55, more for deeper rock. Clawed Hopper, more for deeper rock. Covering flats. These Finesse baits are the great way to go. That Man's Baby -1. If you guys fish Great Sagamihara Reservoir, go around the islands and throw one of these Man's Baby -1s around, and you will catch smallies all day long. I guarantee it. Now, as you know, the smallies on Sagamihara go crazy the minute you hook them, so you may have a few get off, but it'll be pretty cool to see them jump 5 feet out of the water when they grab it. But this is a great bait up there. Great bait up there. And if you want to fish a little deeper, as I said, you know, these guys here with the, and you could just go, you know, you guys know that the bigger the bill, the deeper it's going to dive. But these still are nothing like those baits we saw the other day, those deep divers. You know, you're still only, you know, you're not hitting probably 10 feet on any of these, you know, if you are, barely. But that's it. So like I said, I'll put descriptions to all these baits. You guys can check them out. And that's it. So I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, please like and share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, first video you've seen, please come aboard and join the channel. Would love to have you. And I appreciate all the comments that you guys make and ideas for other videos. Because as you can see, I got a lot of stuff here we could talk about. All right. So I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.